statistically y'all are better than you were last year, except for opponents' 3-point percentage. How much of that is that getting out and getting hands and faces, and what's kind of been the focus of that moving from the tournament?
That is one of the whiteboard stats that we watch. The core part of it, Travis, would be we're late in our rotation to contest the shot. Kind of watching the ball move as we get into rotation, seeing the pass, and then moving in that direction, as opposed to as the ball is getting below the baseline and rotation is about to occur. It's not just rotation to stop the ball. It's the rotation that needs to occur on the weak side. That would be specifically what hurt us the most against Murray State in Colorado. We practiced on Saturday. That was a portion of our priority, was the rotation on the backside. We always talk about not just the two on the ball, whether that's in a ball screen or whether that's on penetration, but it's the three behind the ball. And the three behind the ball were too slow in getting to where they need to be, which now it makes it a longer closeout or a late closeout.
Obviously disappointed after those first two games, so what were the conversations like between you and the players on Saturday and then going into Sunday?
Yeah, very transparent. We have really good human beings on our roster. I met with each player for 25 minutes, starting early Saturday morning. That took 5.5 hours. We watched tape as a team immediately after that at 12:15, just of the defensive clips. Up until that point, we left from the film room to go to practice at a nearby high school. Came back, everybody showered, then we watched offensive clips and rebounding clips. So I think Saturday was very transparent. We did not play near as hard as you have to play with the energy that we have to play with on Thursday and Friday. It was a quick turnaround from Thursday until Friday. Bad leadership on my part. I think they hit us first on Thursday. It staggered us. We get back to the hotel at 8 o'clock Thursday night, and I probably gave too much grace on thinking we would respond in the right way on Friday. So I think Thursday for sure bled into Friday. Saturday, I believe that we stopped the bleeding, and then Sunday made a step back in the direction of the identity we need to be a part of.
Did it surprise you at all with the veteran players that you have on this team that you guys performed that way?
Yeah, it caught me off guard. And that's why I say it was immature on my part. I gave grace specifically to the veterans because I thought we would respond much better than we did on Friday. But that's not on the veterans or the new guys. That's on me. And that was a poor reflection of leadership by me, specifically on Friday. We didn't play terrible on Thursday, but we did not play as hard as we have to play. And then on Friday, we did not compete at all. I thought Saturday we competed harder against ourselves than we did on Friday. And then I think Sunday, I thought we were much better.
One more game that's not at Reed in the non-conference segment last year. How much of that was a factor of getting a little bit of a better, in the net and in the formulas?
Yes, sir. All of it. All of it. At DePaul will be a quad one game. Boise State, neutral site, be a quad one game. Memphis, at Memphis, quad one game. So when we finished the regular season last year, our non-conference schedule was already done for this year. And then after the SEC tournament and realizing that it didn't impact the net in a way that it did impact the net. It didn't impact the invitation. We went back and changed 3 of our non-conference games. I actually think Travis DePaul was the last one. Noon game on Black Friday. I can't remember what was in that place. It was a game that we delayed. Memphis at Memphis was already done. Boise at Dickey's we created. Seems like there was one more. But there were 3 games that we changed, and we changed them exclusively because of what you said. The SEC hired HDI, which you're familiar with HDI, and HDI, before the SEC hired them, we were asking for their help in helping us calculate. It comes into the net that you're wanting to figure out, neutral site, road game, and then it just becomes more difficult because the portal impacts the team. So like last year, Murray State, I think, finished 29th. So in years past in the SEC, your non-conference schedule had to average to be higher than 150. Well, the SEC ended up getting rid of that this summer. Well, you have to have your schedule done before that. And so just because you were a number last year, which normally helped you in non-conference scheduling, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to help you this year because the rosters are changing at such a higher rate than ever before.
Coach, I know last week you talked about being able to have all that depth easy. It allows you the resource of being able to just make a switch.
Yep.
If things aren't working out, how do you feel like you guys are doing as a coaching staff and learning kind of with a greater amount of confidence that these specific switches or these specific lineups players are going to give us these specific results we're looking for rather than just sort of kind of mixing and matching early and just kind of beta testing?
Well, I don't know if Thursday and Friday should count in the sample size. I would say that that's the thing that I'm struggling with the most. I think Sunday was better. Obviously, we had a lineup change, and in some respects did better. But did we do better because of the lineup change, or did we do better because we were embarrassed? But then if you look at Thursday into Friday, I kept the lineup the same, and it got worse. So should I judge that at the same degree that I judge the change on Sunday? I don't know the answer yet. And I think that's where I'm struggling was Thursday and Friday happened, so it has to be a part of the sample size. Sunday happened, it has to be a part of the sample size. But Thursday kind of bled into Friday. So is that 2 games or is that 1 game? Well, on the schedule it was 2. And so we'll see what it brings us on this Friday.
Talking about this Friday, I mean, from DePaul, from your standpoint, kind of look at them, a little bit of a scouting report on them.
Very, very talented. Ultra talented. I think they have 2 6th-year guys. I didn't bring my prep stuff on them. We've been studying us before I came to see you. Started transfer from Oklahoma, a transfer from Oklahoma State and SMU, one and the same, a transfer from LIU, 2 junior college players, a transfer from Oregon, 2 freshmen. They have a guard who has been hurt, who's a transfer from South Florida, ultra talented. Multiple guys that are really good one-on-one players. And they play very hard, but the ability to score and create rotation, they're very good at.
Going back to the last, was the reason the SEC got rid of the 150 just because of how quickly the rosters turn over?
Yeah, and I think some of that, Travis, like some of the other changes that are happening, I'm not even really talking about the SEC, just some of the rules were, when they were made, I would say they were made with the right intention, but within how the landscape has changed, I don't know if archaic is the right word, but it doesn't really apply, because the 150 average, I don't know when that came into play. That was before I was hired here. But I don't know that the net was even the net back then. And I don't know where when the net became the net as far as quad 1, quad 2, like I don't know that when the SEC established the 150 average, I don't know if all of what we know now was even in place. So I don't think that it was really a hard decision on letting that go because it probably doesn't apply as much now.
You guys are back on the road.
Yeah,
You've had a lot of road
we have.
this month. Is there any kind of concern not having a game here to build confidence? And kind of the challenge of being on the road again?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the question with Travis, like, how do you do that? Do you want to play a bunch of games at home? Who do you want to play at home? Do you want to play some games that stretch you on the road and or neutral site? We play 7 games this month, and more are not at Reed than are at Reed. So for our net, that is probably the right thing to do. And when you are scheduling it, some of this is not just based on the net, but it's also based on the availability of the dates. Like our schedule in December is unique because we're playing 7 games in November while you have finals week in there. And then in December, we're playing another neutral site. We're playing another road game. And then last year, wasn't there a game in non-conference that was canceled because of COVID? And we subbed in, just to have somebody to play. And I think that was right after Christmas. And I thought that ended up being really good at helping us kind of get our motors back going out of Christmas. So I wanted to stay with that. So this year we play 2 games after Christmas prior to conference play. One of those teams is Northwestern State, who won at TCU and one at Illinois State. So that's probably bad scheduling. But it's the right thing for us to grow as long as we grow in the right direction. We need to get back to being us, whether we're at home or on the road. And yeah, it was, we were in Myrtle Beach, I guess, 5 days, and we'll be home a couple of days and then go again. So that's what we need to do.
Favorite Thanksgiving food?
Yeah, if my grandmother was cooking, it would be sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. If my stepmom was cooking, I really like her dressing because she doesn't put all the extra stuff in it. I like her deviled eggs. I like ham with the sugar on it, not the salt on it. I do not like turkey. I don't like the, what's that jelly type stuff? It's real purple looking. I don't like that. I guess I won't be eating that. We're going to have family, team, staff, Thanksgiving meal this evening after practice. But after the Myrtle Beach trip, I probably haven't thought much about eating. So, but if I could, since you asked, that's what I would have. Thank you, guys.